about this.
Am I?
Yes, you are. I know how it must have seemed to you, and I'm awful sorry that you had to see it, but it wasn't as serious as you seem to be taking it. In the first place, when men are drinking and playing poker, anything can happen. It's always a powder keg. And he didn't know what he was doing. He was as good as a lamb when he came back in. He's really very, very ashamed of himself.
And that makes it all right.
No, it's never all right for anybody to cause such a terrible row. People do sometimes. Stanley's always smashed things. As soon as we got married, he came in here. Stanley snatched off my slipper and ran around the room smashing light bulbs with it.
He did what?
He snatched off the heel of my slipper and smashed all the light bulbs with it.
And you let him? You didn't run, didn't scream?
I was sort of thrilled by it. Eunice, you had breakfast?
Do you suppose I wanted any breakfast?
There's some coffee on the stove.
You're so matter of fact about it, Stella.
What other can I be? He's taking the radio to get it fixed. It didn't land on the pavement, so only one tube smashed.
And you're standing there smiling.
And what would you like me to do?
Pull yourself together and face the facts!
And what are they, in your opinion?
In my opinion, you are married to a madman.
No.
Yes, you are. Only you're not being sensible about it. I'm going to do something, get a hold of myself and make myself a new life. But you've given in, and that's not right. You're not old. You can get out.
I'm not in anything I want to get out of.
What, Stella?
I said I'm not in anything I want to get out of. Look at the mess in this room. The empty bottles. They must have gone through 2 cases last night. He promised he'd stop having his poker parties, but you know how long such a promise is going to keep. Well, it's his pleasure, I guess. Like mine is movies and bridge. And people have got to tolerate each other's habits.
I don't understand you. I don't understand this indifference. Is this a Chinese philosophy you've cultivated?
Is what?
This shuffling about and mumbling, 1 tube smash, beer bottles, mess in the kitchen, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened? Are you deliberately shaking that thing in my face?
No.
Stop it. I won't have you clean it up for him.
And who's going to do it? Are you?
I?
No, I didn't think so.
Only I could think. Only my mind would function. We gotta get a hold of some money. That's the way out.
I'm sure money would be a nice thing to get a hold of.
Oh, I have an idea of some kind. Now, listen to me. You remember Shep Huntley? Of course you remember Shep Huntley. I went out with him and wore his pin in my last year of college. I ran into him last winter. You know I went to Miami for the Christmas holidays?
No.
Well, I did. I took the trip as a sort of investment, thinking I'd meet somebody with $1 million.
Did you?
Yes, I ran into Shep Huntley. I ran into him on Biscayne Boulevard about dusk on Christmas Eve, getting into his car, Cadillac convertible. Must have been about a block long.
I should think it would have been inconvenient in traffic.
You've heard of oil wells?
Yes, remotely.
Well, he has them all over Texas. Texas is literally spouting gold in his pocket.
Oh, Mama!
You know how indifferent I am to money. I think of money in terms of what it does for you. He can do it. He can certainly do it.
Do what, Glenn?
Darling Shep. Sister and I in desperate situation.
I beg your pardon.
Sister and I in desperate situation. We'll explain details later. Would you be interested in? You never get anywhere with direct appeals, but I'll think of something. I've got to think of something.
I wish you would just let them go, at least for a while.
Oh, don't laugh at me, Stella. I want to show you the contents of my purse. Here's what's in it. 65 measly cents in coin of the realm.
Sammy doesn't give me a regular amount. He likes to pay the bills himself. This morning he gave me $10 to try and smooth things over. Here's 5.
Oh, no. No, Stella.
I know how having some pocket money on you helps your morale.
Thank you. I'll take to the streets.
Talk sense. How'd you manage to get so low on funds anyhow?
Money just goes. It goes places. Sometimes I've got to get a hold of a promo.
I'll fix you one now.
No, not yet. I've got to keep thinking.
Why don't you just let things go?
Stella, I can't live with him. He's your husband. You can, but how could I stay here with just these 2 rooms between us after last night?
You saw him at his worst last night.
On the contrary, I saw him at his best. And what such a man has to offer is animal force, and he gave a wonderful exhibition of that. Well, the only way to live with such a man is to go to bed with him, and that's your job, not mine.
Once you get some rest, you'll see that things will calm down. You don't have to worry about anything while you're here. Expenses on me.
I've got a plan for us both, to get us both out.
You take it for granted that I'm in something I want to get out of.
I take it for granted that you still have sufficient memory of Belred to find this place and these poker players impossible to live with.
And you're taking entirely too much for granted.
I can't believe you're in earnest.
No?
No, I can see how it happened a little. You saw him in a uniform, an officer, not here.
I don't think it would matter where I saw him.
Now, don't you say it was one of those mysterious electric things that happens to people. If you do, I'll laugh in your face.
I'm not going to say anything at all more about it.
All right, then don't.
But there are things that happen between a man and a woman in the dark that make everything else seem unimportant.
What you are talking about is brutal desire. Just desire. The name of that rattle-trap streetcar that bangs through the corner, up one old narrow street and down another.
Haven't you ever ridden that streetcar, Blanche?
It brought me here, where I'm not wanted and where I'm ashamed to be.
And don't you think his superior attitude is a bit out of place?
I am not being or feeling at all superior, Stella. Believe me, it's just this. This is how I see it. A man like that is someone to go out with once, twice, maybe 3 times when the devil's in you. To live with, to have a child by.
I told you I love him.
And I tremble for you. I just tremble for you.
I cannot help your trembling if you insist on trembling.
Stella, may I speak plainly?
Yes, do. Go ahead, as plainly as you want to.
Well, if you'll forgive me, he's common.
Yes, I suppose he is.
Suppose? You cannot have forgotten that much of our bringing up, that you just suppose that there's a gentleman in any part of his nature. Not one particle, no. Oh, if he was just plain or just ordinary, but good and wholesome. But no, there's something downright bestial about him. You hate me saying this, aren't you?
Go on, Blanche. Say it all.
He acts like an animal. level of humanity yet. Yes, something ape-like about him. Like one of those pictures I've seen in anthropological studies. Thousands and thousands of years have passed him right by, and there he is, Stanley Kowalski, survivor of the Stone Age, bearing the raw meat home from the kill in the jungle. And you here, waiting on him. Or maybe he'll strike you, or maybe grunt and kiss you. That is, if kisses have been discovered yet. Night falls, and the other apes gather in front of the cave, all grunting like him. All swilling and gnawing and hulking. This poker night, you call it, this party of apes. Somebody growls, some creature snatches at something, and the fight is on! God! Maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister, there has been some progress since then. Such things as art, as music and poetry, such kinds of new light have come into the world since then. In some people, some tenderer feelings have started to grow that we have got to